808dragon.com. As you can see, we have got workshop going on over here. I'm making stuff. So yeah, pretty dope. Making some stoves. Would do it with my mask on the whole time, but that's difficult. So 808dragon.com. Okay. Hashtag the couch cook, and let's see how long it lets me do a live video before it cracks up. Stupid water bottle. Alright, so we will begin starting with this, which is going to go not into here, which is going to go into here, which is going to go into here, essentially. And I hate when this does this. Freaking lag. I hate that the camera is lag. But anyways, let's get to cutting something. So this one I'm going to just cut in half. It's going to fit in just perfectly. And basically anyway. Well, that one has less lag on the Amran. That's cool and all, but anyway. I guess we'll start cutting some metal now. So basically I made these little holes here. Essentially that's for the sake of air getting to these holes. So I drilled enough holes here. Looks pretty good. Wow, that lag is really... Try that. Alright, so back to what I was saying. The idea is you have air coming in here, which is going to go through here. Oh, and I got these magnets as spacers too. So, you know, basically, that's a thing. But anyways, the idea is the air is going to go through here. So this is going to be like a 3-chamber freaking setup. Because it's 4 chambers if you really want to know. Because, okay, so there's this, I guess you could call it the smokeless chamber, so to speak. So the air comes in and goes through here to catch the second burn in the middle. Wow, that lag is really fucking off. And then if I put this magnet right here like such, this guy fits just perfectly, just about. That's a really nice fit. Don't have to be perfect. I also need to make something to cover these holes so I can adjust the flame. But the idea is it's going to become a nice little whirlwind. But yeah, I mean, she's legit so far. So this part, I guess we can start by drilling some holes. I got my handy dandy screw here. I got my bigger screwdriver I'm going to use instead. Then I got a crap load of holes here. Already drawn up. There are easier ways, like using an actual drill, for instance. But I like to do things all by hand. I'm just kind of doing these exactly about halfway down the rim here in between. Seems like a great place to get that party started. But when I'm done with this, it's going to be actually going to have some great vortex flame, hopefully. I don't know, this thing seems like it will have more torque, but it doesn't even matter at that point. But for these little holes, I ain't wasting electricity on using the drill. Yeah, you just kind of want it in the middle of the... And these self-tappers really cut through this like, easily, so not too concerned. But the next step after I'm done making all these holes is creating the vortex effect. It's going to be cool. So I'm actually going to have double vortex effect going on this particular setup. And I'm hopefully going to make it economical as heck. I mean, if I want to try and maybe show you a little bit of this, what I mean is, we got these other stoves here, for instance. They look kind of like this. Well, either way. The point is, I usually make holes around, but there's this one actually, I just put a ring in it. So when I say multi-chambered, I mean something like this. Like, so in other words, ideally you have these little holes over here, the alcohol goes in here, spreads to the bottom, vaporizes, and then poofs out like a nice little alcohol gaseousness. But this one's pretty basic. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. Hey, what do you know, I'm 7 minutes still alive, cool. I'm gonna get some of this video done. So I've got similar versions of this, I've made a whole bunch of different ones. Uh-oh, where'd my screw go? Made a whole bunch of different versions. I feel like some of these holes are coming out a little bit bigger than others. Hopefully I can uniform them at the end. It doesn't even take a lot of pressure, you just gotta do it right, angle, all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, these don't have to be perfect. So, I mean, other people, there's a lot of different ways to figure out where the holes go, but personally, I like to just simply, here's the seam, and then sort of go right across, boom, and then across, cross, eyeball it, boom, and then in between, that's it. I'm almost done making my holes here. Well, this is pretty cool. I have two separate video cameras. I don't usually do this, but fancy today. Okay, I feel like that hole is a little bit too close to the other hole, but screw it. Problem with eyeballing. Wow, sometimes these give a little more fight than others. I almost feel like I should be using a smaller screw, technically. These holes feel kind of big, but they're air holes. They're not like for the, this is a separate purpose on these holes. Somewhat of a separate purpose, you could say. These are just air holes, not fuel holes. That's a whole separate chamber, that one. I feel like they're getting closer together than they should be. Oh boy. Like I said, it ain't perfect. Just a few more to go to create a beautiful little vortex. I guess I could have got away with less holes. I'd be lazy, but this just means it'll be more pretty. And I think I'm using this screw because this one's a little more just right shortness and all than the other one I'm talking about. That's a little bit bigger and skinnier. Although I wouldn't mind these holes being skinnier. I don't care. All that matters is I'm making the damn thing. On the beer can itself, I'm going to make the holes a little skinny. So essentially, this is going to have this inside of this, inside of that. It's going to be a turducken oven. I'm going to call this one the turducken. I call this scrappy. This one is little scrappy right here. Little scrappy because this is literally the scrap leftovers, and it still works as a little baby stove, and I put a little ring in it because I can. Because I had an extra ring, but it doesn't really need it. It's just basically, you could call it a candle, essentially. Essentially, it's just a little alcohol candle. That's all it is. Hey, I'm on the last couple. Oh, fucking seriously. See, this is why I kind of like this screwdriver better for this situation. Let's go like this. I mean, they're pretty evenly spaced. I feel like they're getting a little farther apart now all of a sudden. Like I missed one or something. Like seriously. Kind of do feel like that actually. I may have forgotten to make all my dots. That's why it looks like that. Who cares? Alright, got all the holes. They look a teensy bit farther here. I don't want to mess with it further. I'm done with this part. Oh, don't forget the razor blade. I'm going to use that in a minute too. Alright, so now that I've done this, I've got the basic so now I'm going to take this screw, and it has a nice pointy tip. I'm just going to tweak these guys into a vortex shape. So that when the air goes in, it'll go sideways a little bit. As it goes up, it'll create a cyclone. Or a tornado, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm doing right now, is creating the little tornado effect. So the more I bend this sideways, the more swirly flames are going to end up in the middle. Well, this is going to be good. Shouldn't take me too long to get this done to test it. To test load. I want to make the hole much bigger. Just these are nice, decent little holes. I'm content with the size. Just trying to bend them nice and sideways. Again, this doesn't even have to be perfect because, well, it just doesn't. I want to play some music, but then I keep getting technically copyright, even though it says non-copyright sound. You can see I got this nice and sideways here. I want to make it bigger, just a little bit of a, get that full on sideways. So I get one twist of the thread, really get that angle going. Go back and do them all anyways. This one doesn't, it wouldn't look a little bit weak, for example. A nigger wants to go into town, but I don't got nothing in town. I mean, if anything, try not to, I don't got money for beer, number one. So this one I can go a little more too. As you can see, I like to do things more by hand than machine. That's me. I'm sure I could pull out a power. I have a drill. I have drill bits. I ain't trying to be precise. I'm just grabbing what's next to me and doing my thing. It's that. It's that. Hoping the live stream don't cut out without me noticing. I feel like I threaded that a little extra. Don't matter. Alright, I think that's the last hole. These are a little tiny bit off from some of them. Now in the other video, this guy did it holes in the bottom. Not a bad idea, but that's not what I want it to do. What I actually want it to do is I guess that's facing a little. And here, basically, middle. I think I guess damn regular. I get. Here and so I cut off the tip from what I placed. sodium. Use start you right. And you no, so make them serpent. Yourself. Side. up now. Not too big. Holes on the bottom. What? This. But anyway, it's a little vortex. So this here. This Okay, the wick. Amount of hole. So It will come out. Calculate. That lag. I like it. Where did those